So before we get started, we have two things we need to watch this week. First one comes on Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., and that is CPI, which is coming out this week, and that's going to cause lots of volatility here in this market. And if you think this is enough and this is done, well, wait till this. We got FOMC also on Wednesday, and that is actually at 2 o'clock. And then we have the press conference that is at 2:30. So this is going to be a jam-packed week, and you got to be really prepared for that this week. And I'm going to give you guys all the levels in this video so you can be really prepared for any scenarios going into next week on Wednesday. Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on stock market, and before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to get my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and you want to support the channel, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. Dow is down 0.22%, Nasdaq going down 0.23%, S&P kind of a flat day, and then we have Russell going down 1.17%. And here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500 on top: technology, financial, healthcare, industrials, consumer cyclical. On bottom, basic materials, utilities, communication services, real estate, consumer defensive. But a week-to-date performance right here on top, definitely technology leading the way up 3.72%. And what we got here on stock market map, we got Tesla kind of a flat day, Amazon also kind of flat, we got Meta flat, Netflix going down 1%, Google going down 1.35%, Apple going up 1.24%, Microsoft going flat, and Nvidia, yes, we saw that sell-off early in the morning, but this thing again pretty much flat on the day. And going into Monday's session, guys, that is another thing to watch here in this market. Nvidia will not trade like the way it's trading. The split will be done Monday morning, and I think this market has to come down at least a tiny bit after the split on Nvidia, because who's gonna take over and do this as Nvidia was doing it for last maybe 15 to 18 months, just going straight up and taking this market to the moon continuously and just pushing market higher. So watch out. That is something to watch with FOMC and also the CPI this week. That can cause a lot more volatility here in this market. So on DIA, it's down 0.22%, nothing big, and it's holding above 50 SMA right here, which is sitting at almost 388. So that's going to be your line in the sand for Monday's session, 388 right here. If that gives up right here on Dow Jones, you're going to see a drop all the way down to 384. And yes, this is actually a bear flag that can actually play out to the downside. And if that happens, this thing can dump all the way back down to 380 again. Now to the upside, DIA can actually break and hold 392. That's going to be more bullish for a breakout back up to all-time highs, and that's going to be 400 plus again. But keep that in mind, this 50 SMA definitely not a positive slope. And if that gives up right here at 388, you're going to see a drop down to 384 and then 380 all the way down to 376 on Dow Jones. On SPY ETF, it's down 0.12%, so we saw another fresh new all-time high. SPY hitting on Friday, 536.89, and coming back because it's hitting the upper Bollinger Band, came back and now trading under 535. So no breakout above 535 for more continuation to the upside, possibly 540. But as of right now, going into Monday's session, there will be strong support right here, 5-day moving average, which is rising 532. Below that, 530, 528, 20 SMA, and then 524 to 525, previous all-time highs right here on SPY ETF. But next week, if this thing actually breaks and holds 535 right here, you're going to see a move all the way up to 540. On Triple Q, it's absolutely flat on the day, and again hitting a fresh new all-time high, 465.74, pulling back and closing just under 463. Now if you look at my screen, this one also hitting the upper Bollinger Band and then pulling back and not even near 460. We saw with that job numbers on Friday, we saw a pullback before opening at 8:30. But this is just insane. The next level of buying from machines, buying the dip right here at 460. Before opening, the dip was gone. They actually ate that dip at 460 and pushed it even higher. So before opening, we cannot even enter. Like, yes, this makes more sense that if it opens at around 460, we can play, a couple dollars back up to the upside. But actually, we did not get that chance on Friday. This thing was bought up at 460 right when this thing dropped down to 460 and some change early morning pre-market before opening, and then opened at 463 pretty much at break even from the previous day, where this thing was closing at 463.37 and then came back down to like 462, went back up to all-time highs. So going into next week, guys, if there is a pullback, and now you can see how this support needs to hold 460. We have rising 5-day moving average sitting close to 460. This was the previous all-time high, and now that should be a strong support. Now 460 gives up. There will be support down here at 456.84, 454, 20-day moving average, and then 449.50 all the way down here. This previous all-time high just a couple months ago that we hit right here, and then we got a 5% pullback down here. So yeah, that is actually a big level if there is a pullback down to 449.50. But as of right now, blue sky above 460, and this thing can push easily up to the next stop 465 and then 470 to 476. On IWM, it's down 1.17% and came really close to this gap at 200, but did not fill this gap. So we still have this gap at 200, and that could get filled early as Monday morning on IWM. Now, 200 here on IWM needs to hold. If not, you're going to see more selling down to 198 and then possibly down here, guys, 193. Now to the upside, IWM, you can see even on Friday, 50 SMA sitting close to 203, 202.55 right here. So I would say 203 right here. That's going to be a big level to watch. And the 5-day moving average, which is coming down, sitting at 203.29. So anything in between 202.55 to 203, that's going to be a strong level to break. And then this resistance trend line, which is going to be around 205. Until we clear, I would say 205.35. It's not going back up to the upside, and you're going to see more dump off right here on IWM all the way down to this gap, 200 first, and then 198 down to even 193. And if you look at my screen, yes, it's kind of coiling up right here. So, maybe J-Paul can give this thing a boost where this thing actually gets a breakout over 205.35. And if that happens next week on Wednesday, then definitely there will be some more upside all the way up to 208 to 210 on IWM. So pullback could be around the corner. We should get a pullback anytime. And why? Yes, low fear means market is bullish. I get that. But low fear means one thing, this thing can rise. We have seen that before multiple times. This thing getting crushed and then rising. So now you can see it's, pretty much down to these lows right here, 11.52, only like what, 60, 70 cents away. And now if this thing actually rises over 13 bucks, you're going to see a push up to 14.24 and possibly even 15. And that's going to be a real breakout for more upside. But until then, watch out on VIX. It needs to get over 13 first for more upside. Below 13, we could be coming down and retesting this low down here, 11.52, and can possibly go down even more from there. But in that case, you got to be really careful with this market, because any point you can see a big spike on VIX. And now that we got FOMC and CPI coming out, that's going to cause this thing to spike back up to the upside. Anything bad out of J. Powell, anything out of that CPI data, if it's hot, you're definitely going to see a big spike on VIX, easily up to 14 to 15 bucks next week. So the dollar going up 0.80%, and look at this big bullish engulfing candle. Now, look at this one. What happened after this one? We saw some follow through. This thing from 104 got up to 106.52, and now we pretty much got a similar big bullish engulfing candle. Can we get some follow through? Absolutely can. If this thing can actually break over 105, can easily go up to 106. So watch out. Dollar is on the rise, and that means one thing, S&P 500 can come down. Now on a pullback, you need to watch the support on dollar 104.48, 104.28, 5-day moving average, and then 104 right here, lower Bollinger Band on this daily time frame. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated.